Friends, we've just heard from the first Premier in the state's history ever to sign a preference clause, not for Australian jobs or West Australian jobs, but for jobs and business in another country. And that Premier says he's got nothing to hide. Well, I can tell you that he has refused to make public that agreement. It's the Oakajee Port Agreement. He says he's got nothing to hide, but he won't let you see that agreement. He goes on to say, there's no resources boom. Well, give me a break. Everyone knows that there's a resources boom. The question is, who will benefit from that boom? How fair will the distribution of the benefits be? What will the legacy be for this state? And we're not getting the right answers from this government on that issue. We're not getting the benefits of the boom for Western Australian workers, for Western Australian businesses. We're not getting the legacy for the future of this state. Now, for 50 years in this state, for 50 years we've supported the big projects. Why have we supported the big projects? Because we know that we get historically benefits from those big projects. But the world has changed. The world has changed and the government hasn't changed with the world. The work's not coming here. It's not like it was 20 years ago. The world has changed, the work's going elsewhere, and the government needs to take action. I've got a person in the front here saying, what are we going to do? Well, let me tell you what we're going to do. We're going to introduce legislation next week into the Parliament, and that legislation is going to require a skilled work agreement for every project over $200 million. And that skilled work agreement has got to be tabled in the Parliament, and that's got to be public. And moreover, the government will be forced by this legislation to report publicly against achievement against that skilled work agreement. So, the skilled work agreement, negotiated by the government to get a better deal for Western Australia, tabled in the Parliament, public, reports against progress on the agreement, those reports public. That's what we think should happen. More transparency, more scrutiny, more pressure on the subject of local content. And I challenge the Premier to support the legislation that I announce on behalf of the State Parliamentary Labor Party today. We've got this legislation ready to introduce next week. I challenge the Premier to support that legislation. You are campaigning on a very important issue. We are not getting the skilled work that we need. We are not getting the apprenticeships that we need. Do you know that we are 3,600 down on apprenticeships from 2008? 3,600 apprenticeships down. So we're not getting our young people getting trained. We're not getting those young people trained for the future. We're losing our industry as a result of government failure to take action right now. Mr Barnett is failing us on this issue. Mr Barnett needs you to pressure him for action to be undertaken. So you're on the right course, you're taking the right action, you can win this. The community is with you. I know the community is with you. Everywhere I talk to people, they are concerned about this issue. The public is right behind you, Labor is right behind you, and we are going to take action in the Parliament next week in support of your very important cause. Thank you very much.